Disclaimer, the following game has a lot of weird shit in it. If you're easily offended, I do not recommend watching this series. However, if you have a cynical sense of humor, such as myself, and have not played the game, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of really fucked up humor, but it's a good game. Another note, this game was meant for DOS. That's way back. That being said, the only way to play it on current generation hardware is through a tool called DOSBox. When cutscenes trigger, the game's resolution changes in DOSBox, which results in lost frames in the recording. As of right now, there's no way for me to fix this. I apologize in advance. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the game. Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Austin Williams, and welcome to part 2 of Let's Play Harvester. Now, in the last part, we discovered a lot of shit. This game's fucking weird, but I like it. I just now noticed the crack up there. Anyway, we talked to Hank, talked to our mom, tried to talk to our dad. He's being a dick. So let's go outside. Who's this? Jimmy James.
Hey Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning?
Put the paper out for you?
Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what? You don't get paid for picking up papers anyway.
The Sentinel building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be Jake, okay? That's all I want. That and a pair of sneakers. Walking this route every day has worn holes in mine. Say, you got any spare sneakers?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, gee whiz. Look, if you find any, I'd be willing to trade you for them. Something really neato. Think about it. See you later, alligator.
We picked up a paper. Can we give that to him? Let's see. Whoop. There we go. Use newspaper on Jimmy James.
There now. See how easy it is? Things are so much better between us when you remember the paper in the morning. And let's keep him that way.
Examine the disc. A Degloolium space disc stuck on the roof. Anything in the mailbox? It's full of junk mail, bills, and bake sale flyers. Okay. Use the arrow keys to move around here. We got missile base, post office, barbershop, general store, my house, abandoned house, Johnson residence, Howard Hotel, cemetery, fire station, police station, newspaper building, the lodge, TV station, Gain Memorial School, I'm about to say hospital, and the meat plant. Oh, that's more missile base. I don't really know where to go next. There's not a whole lot of direction. We'll set the general store. Who's this dude? He's too busy working to notice you. The neon letters drawn residently, eternally frozen at 4:05. Yum, cream asparagus tips, 2 for 50 cents basically. Harvest bake sale this Friday in this high school gym. Let's go inside. Hello?
Can I help you, dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store, so who would that make me? Maybe you need to go back to Gein Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
I'm fuzzy on a lot of things these days. My memory's gone.
Pshaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious, I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia. In which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory. In which case, I'd advise you to visit the Sergeant at Arms over at the lodge. That man gives me the willies. Speaking of willies, how's your father?
Don't know. My so-called mother keeps him locked in his room. I can't get in.
Care to buy anything today?
Sure.
Just point to whatever you want. I'm a little hard of hearing.
You heard me fine 2 seconds ago. Already have odd items for sale. What do we got here? We got, stuff, soup cans, or rat poison. Coffee cans, a cow is bleeding. A robust coffee on the Harvest Blend coffee can labels. A wrench, a slightly used wrench. You must pay Miss Phelps before you can buy anything. An adult magazine. For 25 cents, you must pay Miss Phelps before you can buy anything. We have a quarter, so let's grab that dirty magazine, why don't we? This is only a quarter. Will you buy? The only thing a quarter will buy you is an adult magazine.
A girly magazine? Why, Steve, I'm surprised at you. I'd expect that sort of thing from Deputy Loomis, but never from you. He's always coming in here oogling the girly magazines behind my counter. Darned if I'd sell him one, though. I know his wife, for heaven's sakes.
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve. That kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Stares him away from being a fireman.
That's funny. You already have it? Let's see. Yep.
Well, that didn't work.
Okay, an old 16mm projector with Dean Memorial stenciled on it. An empty barrel reek of rotting meat. Dead roaches and bits of arid grit coat the water cores. Bone dry reservoir. Sorry, got hiccups. The new and improved Succulux Super Suck Vacuum Cleaner. It really sucks. Fire hydrant. A phallic symbol thrusting boldly upwards from the concrete. Ever ready to spew forth. Okay. Okay. Click on the street to go away. Where to go next? Let's go to the barbershop. Is that a goat? Except for his occasional hairball cough, it's hard to tell the sheep is alive or not. That's funny. Mr. Pastrelli doesn't respond, not understanding English.
Howdy, Steve.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Howdy back, Mr.
Pete Swell, Steve. Don't you pull my old leg now. Change your mind about that aluminum siding?
What are you talking about?
I really think you should talk your father into buying some. He can afford it. And I can't stress enough the value of some really fine aluminum siding. Keeps it warm in the summer, cool in the winter, and it keeps out the sheep. Pastorelli ought to look into some, but I can't get him to understand a word I say.
What's up with the sheep?
Can't understand why Pastorelli keeps that nasty thing in here. Must remind him of the pastures in Italy. Kinda like why I keep wrenches under my pillow, so's I can dream about plumbing.
You're a plumber.
Well, I seen the end coming for the aluminum siding game, so I took a mail course and learned how to be a plumber. Now, there's a business that never lets up. You'd be surprised what people flush down the toilet.
I'm sure I would. Let's talk a little bit more about plumbing.
Well, I seen the end coming for the aluminum siding game, so I took a mail course and learned how to be a plumber.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Now,
What about Pastorelli?
Pastorelli's a rube from way back. Ask Clem Parsons how he followed up with the alarm system in here. I'm a plumber. I could fix it for him, but he just won't listen.
Alright, goodbye.
Nice to see you again, Steve.
Nice to see you again too, short man.
Hello there,
Mr.
youngster.
Parsons.
You see them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came back last night. Cut another crop circle in my south field.
How come I never seen none of them saucers, Clem?
Them aliens is wily, Pete. You don't cross the intergalactic void without learning a trick or two. You know what Pastorelli did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system to protect his pole. Only he don't know how to rig it, so now it's all awry.
What's this about a pole?
Why, that barber's pole is his pride and joy. We're from Italy, wrapped all special-like. Colored glass with some bulbs just stuck up in it. But he thinks it's the be-all, end-all. Installed that alarm system just to protect it. Though who in tarnation would want to steal a worthless piece of junk like that? I don't know.
Maybe them aliens, Clem.
Oh, Pete, don't be ignorant. Them aliens don't give a fig for no colored glass. You think if they can build spaceships, they can't make a dadgum barber pole? Crazy hick, don't know nothing about science.
Tell me about the alarm system.
Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system, all right, but he's too cheap to hire an electrician to hook her up. Dang idiot cross-wired it through the fire sprinkler, so now when the alarm goes off, it sets the sprinkler spraying. Tarnation! Aliens looking for intelligent life ought to stay away from this shop, sure enough.
What's this about aliens?
Well, son, the ways of the alien is a specialized area of woodcraft unknown to all but the wiliest sportsmen. What you gotta remember is, your average alien is smarter than your average human, so you gotta be extra careful building your blind if you want to bag one.
You hunt aliens.
Son, after nailing an alien, you can never go back to quail. You can get one of those at a swap meet, lined with lead to fool their sensing machines. Lay real quiet and wait. Preferably in the woods around the nuclear base. Oh, they love messing around out there.
Why not wait outside your field, Clem? Wait for 'em to come a-carving.
Oh, they do their crop doodles with zap guns, you darn fool. Don't you know nothing? Besides, ain't no place to put the blind out in the field. Now, you listen to Clem Parsons if you want to tag an unearthly being. They cross the void, wondering what lies beyond, all the time not knowing that what awaits them is buckshot.
Alright, goodbye.
Anytime, Steve.
Taking a picture. Stuff. Oh, there's nothing else in here. Oh, here's the pole. Fancy barber's pole, secured to the wall with straight slot screws. Jim Bob, who was the high school star pitcher 20 years ago, hangs his aging leather jacket here when he comes in for a trim. Okay. Let's get out of there. Now let's exit. Alright. Let's go to the Johnson residence and talk to them. Hello there, Mr. Johnson.
Hello, Steve. How's the husband-to-be?
Other than having no memory, I guess I'm alright.
All right. You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into, if you haven't gotten into it already. Speaking of which, I heard Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. Though if I were him, I'd be more concerned about Stephanie getting some meat.
Right. And you are?
You always were a kidder, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just got finished waxing the tucker. I could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
What's Tucker?
Heck of an automobile, isn't she?
The
damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. But if I didn't, those stupid kids might scratch her up playing ball.
If that's a real Tucker, I can understand your concern.
Hell yes, it's real. I wouldn't be so protective of her if she was just a reproduction. I'm mighty particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell before the sheriff agreed to start the evening patrols and instigate the curfew.
Who's that?
Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that turned me away. If I was interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence, and her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father. And Edna, well, she needs a good hard penis.
What the fuck? Tell me about Edna's Diner.
I'll admit DNA's diner does good business. But money isn't everything to a woman. Can money keep you warm at night? Can you wrap your thighs around it? Or rake bloody gashes in its back with your painted hollowed fingernails? Edna! Edna!
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
So, how's Stephanie?
If she's decent, she doesn't need to be around you. Well, let's talk about her.
Speaking of Stephanie, I still haven't gotten an invitation to the wedding yet.
I don't have anything to do with that.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon. You could use the back seat of my Tucker for the maiden voyage. It's plenty big. Believe you me. I'd drive you around. And I wouldn't look in the back seat. I guarantee it. Though if you'd like to come up front and take the wheel a while, I wouldn't say nay.
Dude, this old man's fucked up.
Bye now.
During the day, Mr. Johnson keeps watch over his precious 48 Tucker. Mr. Johnson erected the impenetrable fortress to protect his Tucker during the night. Let's get out of here. That guy makes me feel uncomfortable. What's in the abandoned house? Examine the car. The old car is perfectly nesting ground for wasps. The attic window is perfect nesting ground for... Is that how this is going to say? Oh, this place sure could use a gardener. Sewers? No. Well, there wasn't much doing there anyway. Let's go to the high school, or the school rather. Who are you?
Steve, good of you to drop by, big guy. Haven't seen you since graduation. A lot of changes, I hear.
You could say that.
Good, good. That's a nice part of my job, turning fine young men and women out into the world, and then watching them prosper. Of course, I was able to reach more people at the old Sentinel, God bless her. But then again, I never got to see the results of my work up close before.
Who are you?
You know very well I'm Mr. Harrell, the principal of Gain Memorial. Steve, I've heard about this amnesia nonsense. I had hoped you'd be in the lodge by now, fine young fellow like yourself. But now, I think maybe you need a little more quality time.
The hell? What's up with quality time?
What do you mean, quality time?
Some, like Miss Whaley, favor stern discipline, corporal punishment, as a means of socialization. Myself, I temper discipline, with love.
Oh, God.
Quality time can be such a warm, sharing experience. After just a few sessions, you'd stop this amnesia nonsense and become a productive member of society and a fit candidate for the lodge.
What's up with the lodge?
Big guy, borrowing some quality time. The greatest gift I can bestow upon you as your former principal is a word of advice. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon at any cost. Within the lodge lies your future, and without dust.
Alright, I'm just gonna say goodbye for now.
Drop in again soon. Adult education is a wonderful thing, as is adult quality time.
Take your quality time and shove it. Looks like the bake sale will be held here. Awesome. Let's go in this classroom. Children, you all should not be here. You should go to different schools. Children look stunned and zombified.
My goodness, class, this is Stephen. He used to be a student here at Gein Memorial. Say hello, class. They're reticent. The educator's gravest problem today is the apathy of the students.
What's wrong with their heads?
I can tell you in one word, Stephen. Discipline. Thank goodness you weren't a sulky bear. You were always a smiley bear.
Then you remember me?
Not as such. So many pupils, Stephen. They come and they go. But I can always spot those who were nice boys. You can tell from the forehead. The lobes. Right, class? I'm glad you stopped by, Stephen. Would you care to say a few words to the class about civic responsibility?
Not really. I was just passing through.
Oh, but you must, Stephen. A positive role model might be just the thing to inspire these little monsters. Stephen, have you any questions for me? Or shall I continue with class?
Yes, I do.
Ask away then.
What's up with your corporal punishment?
We don't practice corporal punishment here. I've never believed in that old adage, spare the rod and spoil the child. A rod is too thin, but a baseball bat fits the generation gap quite nicely. Colonel Monroe is conducting another air raid drill. Everyone into the hallway, quick!
She is carrying around a fucking baseball bat.
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
No fucking way. Wham.
That was exciting.
Oh my god. Dude. This woman has some serious issues. See you later.
Stop by anytime, Stephen.
Bitch, I ain't coming back. Not unless I have to. Alright. Door's locked. So I can go anywhere else. Drinking fountain. The drinking fountain doesn't work. Let's get the fuck out of the school. Leave. There we go. Get the fuck out of here. Where's the... It's an odd way to exit. Okay, well, I'm too scared to go to the meat plant because God knows what you would find there. Let's go to... Let's go to the fire station and talk to Sparky. Is that you?
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
Oh god, I shouldn't be laughing at that. Fire truck with a lovely shade of pink. Can I go inside? Wow. Dude.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do!
Dude, the fucking dog's annoying.
Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up. There you go, Spot. Steve, bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
Just real quick, I know that I'm gonna post the disclaimer and the extra note in front of every video. I want to go ahead and personally say I'm sorry for the way that this game does its cutscenes. There's not a whole lot I can do about that right now. I will be working on ways to try to fix that, but for now there's nothing I can do. Anyway, let's see. Where'd you hear about my memory loss?
Don't be silly. Everyone thinks that amnesia kick is a scream. Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, it's my job to keep abreast of developments in the community, to better serve you, the public. I'm sure you'll be thrilled when you learn of the many civic improvements we have planned for your fire department.
Such as...
Well, don't tell any of the others, but I've secured a bolt of the most divine mauve material. I've hidden it because, well, if any of these Marys got a hold of it, it'd be gone in a jiffy. So I'd rather keep it hush-hush. I'm going to make new drapes for the firehouse, and if I have any left, cross your fingers, I'm going to make everyone matching mauve pillow cozies.
Those are civic improvements.
We haven't had a fire in Harvest since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right, Spots?
Alright. Let's see. Goodbye for now. And guys, I am actually going to head out and try to fix this problem we're having, because it's getting annoying. Let me just put it into perspective for you. Doing my editing in Vegas, every time it changes to a cutscene, it stops recording. And I've got lots of recordings on there from this game alone, and probably just added a bunch more. So now I have to put them all in order, and it's really annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you are enjoying this game, be sure to leave us a like and comment. I want to read your comments on this game. So far, I think it's just out fucking standing. This game, it's amazing. Anyway, until next time, goodbye.